Trudeau wants to take this private. There's no other way to describe this, because after going public 15 days ago, after publicly claiming an Indian link to the killing of Khalistani terrorist Hardeep Nijjar, after publicly standing up at the United Nations press conference and asking for India to take the issue seriously, after publicly throwing out an Indian diplomat from Canada, after publicly claiming that the allegations against India are credible, after publicly asking for India to cooperate on the issue, after publicly receiving only lukewarm token solidarity from even his closest treaty partners, after hearing his allies refuse to join cause with him in linking India to this entire affair, the Nijjar killing, after publicly facing the reality of India ordering 41 Canadian diplomats to leave the country by October the 10th, now Trudeau wants a private discussion with India. Now, viewer, this is a serious, multi-layered issue, as you know, so I don't want to, trivialize or simplify it too much. But I cannot help calling this for what it is. Over 15 days, it has dawned on Trudeau, perhaps, that his campaign against India wasn't just ill-advised, but also that he's entirely alone in it. If Trudeau wanted this face-off to be a public one, why is he suddenly insisting on private discussions? Is he cutting his losses, realizing that this entire episode has backfired badly, made him look unsteady and uncertain, and even worse, not really brought the kind of local political dividends with the Khalistani vote bank he had been hoping for? In the political jungle, nobody steps forward to help a wounded animal, and that's something that Trudeau appears to have learnt. Even the wily pro-Khalistani MP Jagmeet Singh, the true power behind the Trudeau throne, as it were, has been running a mile away from the beleaguered Canadian Prime Minister, eager to insulate himself from any reflected humiliation from Justin. But after a fortnight of bad press and worse approval ratings, Trudeau has made the first robust signal that he wants to really dial things down and take this forward, well, the way countries with maturity do. Not in public, but in private discussions. The popular Canadian journalist Daniel Boardman seems to think Canada has acted smartly. He says by asking for private talks with India, Canada puts India in a position where India would look unreasonable to the international community if it declines. Now, I agree with Daniel on a lot of things, and here too I think he seems to make a reasonable supposition. But I disagree just a little bit, and I'll tell you why. India has long proven its point on Trudeau's disastrous campaign. By showing resolve and a willingness to take tough, visible calls, India has shown it has nothing to be defensive about. If anything, Trudeau's belated call for private discussions now is a resounding reminder that Canada realizes it walked into a diplomatic minefield by thinking it could point a public finger at India and expect no public pushback. But Daniel Boardman is right about one thing. With Canada now calling for these private discussions, all eyes will rest on India's next move. The ball is proverbially back in India's court. But even as India decides how it plans to take this forward, rest assured, viewer, it will be with the calmness that comes with unanimity and resolve. Like I said, India has already proven several points, not just to Trudeau, but also to the West at large. It's not every day that a foreign power triggers a bipartisan, top-down reaction from India. Badly advised for 15 days on this issue, it appears that Trudeau may have finally seen the light, finally seen sense. Engaging with a rising India is important to Canada, Trudeau had said just a few days ago. He realizes now that those aren't just words you toss into a speech. He has no choice now but to actually act on those words. So let me show you just now with this graphic, how things have gone for Trudeau, how this public-private seesawing has really backfired on the Canadian Prime Minister. It all started famously on September the 19th when Trudeau stood up in Canada's Parliament, publicly naming India incredible intelligence linked to the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. 2 days later, Trudeau again publicly named India, saying that there were credible allegations. The next day, September the 22nd, Trudeau once again stood up, publicly naming India, saying that he had credible reasons for the things he had said on the previous two occasions. Cut forward 4 days to September the 29th, Trudeau publicly names India and calls for India's cooperation. Then on October the 1st, there is a very public press report by the Financial Times says India is ordering 41 Canadian diplomats out of the country or they will lose their diplomatic status and immunity in the country by October the 10th. That really set the cat among the pigeons. And then 2 days later, on October the 3rd, you have Trudeau's foreign minister asking for private discussions with the Indian government. So you've seen how it's gone from public to finally calling for private discussions. Well, Justin Trudeau continues to change his statements, from saying that Canada has evidence of India's involvement in the murder of the Khalistani terrorists, to saying credible allegations, to credible reasons, to saying now we just seek cooperation, to now wanting private discussions. It's always useful to look at that timeline fronted by Justin Trudeau himself.
Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar. There are credible reasons to believe that agents of the government of India were involved in the killing of a Canadian on Canadian soil. That is something of the utmost and foundational importance.
India's #1 political reporter
defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% news that matters. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV.